All right, hello, ladies and gentlemen. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. In this, I'd say it's a bit more complex than the other ones I made. We're gonna be talking about slash commands, Discord slash commands, using Java Discord API or JDA. So we have two different types of slash commands. We have global slash commands and we have guild slash commands. As in the name, global is mainly used. You can use it anywhere, like private messages, every guild. While guild is only for these are commands are only in the specific guilds that you've created them in and cannot be used in direct messages. So, for example, you might have like a ban command. Well, that should probably be a guild command, right? Because you don't want them you don't want people using that in the messages, right? So, so creating the slash command itself, we're going to be doing JDA, right? Or JDA is our JDA builder, right? Update commands, right? As it says right here in the documentation, you can create commands through these methods in JDA. Update commands and upstart commands. In my case, I'm just gonna be doing update commands, right? So JDA.update commands .add commands, right? Now you can add multiple types of commands, right? There are a lot of commands other than just slash commands. We're gonna be talking about those later, but in our case, we're gonna be adding a slash command using commands .slash. So we're gonna go here, we're gonna do commands .slash, right? And then there you go. Now commands .slash takes in it takes in two variables: the name and then the description. So the name is going to be the name of the command. In my case, I'm going to do a ping command, a simple little ping command, and then the description is going to be, for example, a simple ping command, pong, right? So, and then each slash command, just for making it a bit nicer, and then each slash command has different types of things you can add to it. For example, we have options, right? You can add an option. So, for example, if we have a slash command, for example, a simple ban command, right? We're gonna have a little ban command, and then there's gonna be an option, right? This is gonna be the option. There are different types of option types. We have user, right? We have user. We have a simple string. We have integers. We have booleans, I believe, pools, and then we also have roles, right? We have roles. We have mentions, mentions are gonna be both for roles and both for users, right? You can do both. And then we also have we have a lot. We can check them right now. So if I go to add option and then option type so we have attachments, we have boolean, we have channel, we have mentionable, we have number or integers, we have roles, we have strings, and stuff like that. So those are the options that you can add, right? Those are options. So for example, as I said, when you want to make, for example, ban command, you're gonna want to be doing the user, right? You're gonna be wanting to ban the user, right? Oh, for example, if you have a purge command, which is gonna be deleting the messages, you're gonna want to be using int. You're gonna be as the option, right? Because that's it's gonna be like a integer from like 1 to 99, right? So that's it. Those are the options. Let me just clear these. Okay, so and then we also have slash command. So if I do subcommands. What am I? So we have subcommands. So what are subcommands? If I go back into page, so for example, you have a timeout command. We're gonna have a simple timeout command. Now, instead of adding another command for removing a user, okay, let's say this command timeouts a user. It adds a timeout for a user. Instead of creating another command for like remove timeout, for example, right? One simple command, right? Remove timeout. Instead of having that, you could create a subcommand, right? You could create a subcommand which is gonna have an add. This is gonna add or remove, right? These are gonna be the subcommands, add and remove. So instead of creating two commands, you could create one single command which have two functions, right? Add and remove. So add is gonna, of course, add a timeout to a user, and remove is gonna remove the timeout from a user. And each of these subcommands could have different options. So for example, if I add subcommands, if I add it, so I believe it was new sub command data, right? Let me see. I forgot how this works. Hold on. Right, yeah, so I was right. Okay, so we're gonna do new sub command data, and then it's gonna take once again a name. For example, I'm gonna do ping for add, the example I made, and then the description is gonna be add ping. That doesn't really mean anything. This is just for an example, right? This is just an example. Once again, just add .q because we're interacting with Discord, and then we can come here, and then we can add another. Sorry. And then, yeah, you can just add another subcommand. For example, if I go to my own GitHub, you can check it out. This is one of the bots I made from one of my friends. See, where is it? So, for example, here I'm adding new subcommands, stuff like that. So you could keep continuing to add subcommands. So if I go here, I can do, yeah, so just like, once again, you can do new subcommand data. You can just do the same thing all over and all over again. So I'm just gonna go back. But in my case, I just want a simple ping command. So I don't want any of that, none of that gibberish. Don't want to make it too complex. Once again, I'm gonna do that just to make it nice and clean, So yep, that's it, right? That's how you add a slash command. Now, how do we, we've just created a slash command. How do we tell the bot to do something when we've added a slash command? So just like the previous videos, I made for the buttons, in this case, you could, instead of having all your slash commands in a little file called slash command event listener, you could create another command like commands, right? And then you could have a file for each of your commands. So in my case, I'm gonna do ping command dot java, right? And then you could do, of course, extends listener adapter, right? And then we're gonna do add override. We're gonna be overriding and public void on slash command interaction event. And then do slash command interaction event. I'll be explaining a lot of this stuff in a little bit. Just want to make sure I probably spelled this wrong. It's so weird. Hold on, I'll be right back. So I'm just gonna go into the documentation and I'm just gonna be copying this because I can't spell apparently. So there you go. Now it works. So we're gonna do if the event that occurred, if the name equals to the ping, right? I believe it was ping. And now we're gonna do something. So we're gonna do event, for example, we're gonna reply. We're gonna do event.reply pong, right? Simple pong, and then .q once again because we're interacting with Discord. So, and that's it. That's gonna be our ping command. Now the downside of this is that you're gonna have to add your commands continuously in the event listener, which could make your app.java look a bit too busy. I have a very simple way of on my GitHub, a very weird way of overcoming this and having a nice little command handler, stuff like that. But once again, it gets the job done. It doesn't need to be it's just a Discord bot, right? So all right, and then that's it for creating a command. Now I'm gonna go on to Discord. Actually, before I forgot to switch screen. Sorry. Actually, before I get into Discord for a second, sometimes maybe you're just testing your bot and your ping is extremely horrible. Instead of doing event.reply, what you could do is you can do event. First of all, you can do event.defer reply. Now, what this does is so whenever you want to respond to an event, it'll usually you only have 3 seconds. Your bot has 3 seconds to respond to it. But once you do defer reply, as it says, this basically just gives your bot more time to acknowledge, right? So you only have 3 seconds. Yeah. So instead, I'll just give your bot more time, and then you can do event.getHook.sendMessage, right? And then you can do. I somehow stopped my recording, but yeah. So you can do pong. This is sorry. Actually, no. This is wrong. Sorry. .getHook.send message, right? So yeah, this is another way you could send a message to so allowing your bot more time. I don't want to overcomplicate this. You most probably don't need to do this. I'm just saying this is another way of listening to an interaction by allowing your bot more time to do something. So for example, if your bot is trying to get something from an API or something, that could take some time, depending on your bot's ping, of course. So yeah, that's just. But in my case, I'm just gonna do event.reply pong All right, and then now we're gonna be running our bot. Now, if you don't see your bot's command, if you don't see your bot's command, you might have to refresh your Discord. So yeah, whenever you add a slash command, you must just refresh your Discord, because yeah, that's like I feel like that's one of the downsides of like using slash commands, but it's like all the benefits outweigh like the pros outweigh the cons. So now I'm gonna do /ping. Now let me move my OBS down here, and then we're gonna send it. Let me go back to Discord. Send, and then /ping, and then I should. Oh, the application did not respond. Let me check that out real quick. Alright, it just looked like my bot's ping was just a bit. Just my ping is just a bit too high. Once again, this interaction. Yeah, so this is the exact issue I was talking about. So if your ping is just horrible, you can just do event.deferReply.queue, and then event.getHook.send a message. It's gonna be what was it? Pong, right? So one downside of this is you can't do inferral messages, which are messages that only the user who used the slash command can see. That's one of the downsides, but it's okay. So now I'm gonna be running. I'm gonna restart the bot real quick. And now if I go to Discord, as you can see, it worked. It's Pong. That's great. So yeah, the only issue is that my internet was just a bit too slow, so it took a little bit of time. It took a little bit of time to just get the interaction stuff. It took longer than 3 seconds. So let's just go back to my ID. Now that's slash command. So yeah, you could do anything else. For example, if you want to send an embed, you can do. Let me just show you some of the other stuff. So you can do event.reply, for example, Pong, right? And then the reply itself, there are different stuff. So you can do, for example, one of the most common or set ephemeral. I can't say that, right? And then if you set this to true, right? And what this does is, when you set this to true, basically whenever someone uses the slash command, instead of like sending the message publicly, only the user who used the slash command can actually see that. Can actually see the message, or whatever the bot is doing, can see it. So that's one of the cases. And then you could do, for example, let's say you could add embed. So instead of like, so you could add a message, and then you could add an embed, add files, get attachments, so you could do mention roles. Yeah. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff you can do within the event.reply, and then reply function. So yeah, and then now we're gonna be going on. I feel like that's enough for slash commands. Because if you have any questions, just let me down. Just let me know in the oh my god, I'm so bad. Let me know. Let me know in the comments. All right, now we're gonna be talking about context menus. So what are context menus? Let me just bring my web browser. All right. Okay. So enough talking weirdly. So, okay, context menu commands are a special type of command that can be invoked on a user or message by right-clicking on them. These commands take no argument and are useful for providing a quick way to perform actions on a user or message. So, as I explained, these take no arguments and are specifically meant to, like, for example, do very quick actions, right? So, how you would create one, how you would use context menus is really extremely similar to how you would create slash commands. So we're going to do commands.slash, we're going to do commands.context, and I was going to take in a type, so we're going to do command.type, and then we have a message, unknown, message slash user. In my case, I'm just going to be using, I'm going to be using user, because as an example, and then the name is going to be, for example, I'm going to create a very extremely simple report command, right? Very simple. So yeah, a simple report command, and then now we're going to be creating. Let me just explain what I did right here. So we created a new context command, and it took in a user. So if I go right here, as you can see, it shows two different examples. We have first of all, in this image, it right-clicked on a user, and we got these options, right? And in this case, in this image, they right-clicked on a message, and they showed this, right? Because we have different context menus for different types of events. So in my case, I'm going to be doing user, and I'm going to be doing report. So we're going to create a new file. I'm going to call this context listeners.java. And just like any of our listeners, we're going to do command extends listener adapter. right? And then we're going to do override. I'm going to override it, and we're going to do public void on, I believe it was, let's just check, they have really some obscure names, on user context interaction, and then we're going to do user context interaction event. So, basically whenever there's a user context interaction event, we're going to be doing something. So in our case, I'm going to do if the event name, right, if the event name, event.getName dot equals to, I believe it was report, right? Of course, capitals are important. Yeah, report. So, we're gonna be doing something. So in my case, I'm gonna get the user who's been reported. So I'm gonna do string target user equals event dot get target, right? Get target, the user has been reported, dot get as mentioned, right? And then I'm gonna do string user, names are hard. For example, respond user, for example, event.get user.get as mentioned, right? So, and then, yeah, so, yeah, that should be it. And then, because this is, a report command, we're gonna be needing, we're gonna need a text channel to send the report to. So I'm gonna do text channel, reported channel equals event dot get jda dot get text channel by ID, and then I'm gonna get a text channel. All right, now it's just simple as sending the messages. So I'm gonna do event dot reply. For example, target user has been reported. Thank you for reporting, right? I'm gonna do .q. Actually, because this is like a report command, we don't want anyone else to be seeing that this user has reported someone. So I'm gonna do set inferl equals true, and then .q because we're not in Discord, and then we're gonna do event. We're actually doing reported channel send a message. We're gonna do target user has been reported by respond user, for example, and then .q to send the message. So yeah, so once again, what are we doing? So we're gonna see if there's a user context interaction event. We're gonna see if the event name equals the report context we created, and then we're gonna just get the user, the target user, and the user who reported the user, the target user, and then we're gonna be just getting a text channel by its ID, which this is gonna be like the reported text channel to like send it the message to, right? This message like this user has been reported, watch out for this guy, stuff like that, and then we're gonna tell the user like, yeah, this has been sent and it's working. Thank you for reporting. And then we're gonna set it as inferral that okay, no one else can see this other than the user who reported the user, who reported the target user. And now we're gonna run our bot. Actually, no, we're not, because I'm an idiot. We have to add it to our event listeners. So new context listeners. All right, now we're gonna run our bot. Now if I report a user, for example, this guy right here, I'm gonna do, that's me, but this guy. Let me see if it's visible on camera. No, it isn't. Let's go back. Let's go a bit up. And then if I go back to Discord, if I do apps, report, now it's sending command. There you go. Now if I, oh my God. Now if I go down, it says, this user has been reported. Thank you for reporting. And then now if I go to this other channel, I believe it's visible. Yeah, okay. Mine is reported by Goobies. So yeah, that should be it. Yeah, I feel like we did a lot. Not only did we learn about slash commands and context menus, but we also created a nice context. Like this is like an actual command that can be used by a public Discord server, and this doesn't usually exist on public Discord bots. So this is something that you're creating, and it's so simple, right? I'm helping you have a little foundation to create whatever the hell you want. So I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and peace out. Now I'm just gonna be explaining everything again for those who didn't understand, right? So what do we do? So in our main file, we created a new slash command called ping. And then we create a new file called the ping command, which gets the on/command interaction event, right? And then it sees that if the event name equals the ping command, we're gonna reply with pong, and then we're gonna add .q because once again we're interacting with Discord. And then we also created a new context command, which takes in the type of a user, and the name is gonna then the name is report. And then if we go into our context listeners, we use the on-user context interaction event to see if the user has interacted with the user context menu, and then if the event name equals report, we created like 3 variables, which were the target user, which was the user who's been reported, the respond user, which is the user who reported the target user, and then we have the reported channel, which is the channel that we're going to send the alarm to, like this user has been reported, check it out, guys. So yeah. And then we're going to reply to the user who reported it that, oh yeah, thank you for reporting. It's been reported to our moderators and stuff. And then we're going to set as an referral message because once again, we don't want anyone else to see it. We only want the people. We only want the person who reported the target user to only be able to see it. And then we're going to send it to a channel that only moderators can see. For example, that this user has been reported by this guy, and so be on the lookout, right? So things like that. So I feel like that was extremely simple. And I hope everyone, once again, has a wonderful and an amazing day. Thank you so much for watching. If you stick around, thank you so much. Once again, goodbye.